Welcome back. A new reading program at Emma E. Booker Elementary School appears to be making a positive impact in less than a full school year.
School board member Eric Robinson spent thousands of his own dollars funding this program for the first year. But does the district think it is worth investing in for years to come? ABC 7's Adam Cellini is joining us live from Booker Elementary with more on this year's FSA test results. Adam.
Yeah, Scott and Haley, when last year's school year ended, the teachers here at Emma E. Booker Elementary School asked the teachers union if they'd help fund an SRA reading program. It's a unique system that advocates say helps students at Title I schools stay more focused during those reading lessons. Last year, just 36% of 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders at Emma E. Booker Elementary were reading at their grade level.
To say that 1 out of 3 is on grade level is unacceptable. To say that it's less than a coin flip about whether you can read or write.
When Eric Robinson won a Sarasota County School Board seat in November, he swore to give his $40,000 annual salary back to the district. When Emma E. Booker teachers came together and asked to bring back SRA reading, he pitched in $5,000 to help.
You need to listen to the teachers. At the end of the day, they're the ones who are in the classroom with the students, and they have the most intimate knowledge about what's going to work in their classroom.
SRA programs put students in groups of similar reading levels and have them read out loud together through scripted lessons. More work for the teachers, but also allowing more instant feedback. Nancy Dubin used SRA for over 20 years as principal of Tuttle and Laurel Nokomis elementary schools.
We look at it kind of like the student's vitamin for the day. You know, it's an hour of a pretty intense lesson, but it really works.
This year's proficiency scores jumped a percentage point for 3rd graders and 8% for 5th. But Laura Kingsley says there's no rush to adopt it countywide.
I think schools are waiting to see data. Some of the schools are very comfortable, the teachers are very comfortable with the program they provide, the reading instruction they provide, and may or may not be interested in that.
The district is, however, committed to continuing the program at Emma E. Booker and earmarked $100,000 to keep it going until next spring. And the district says they're still waiting to see the learning gains data from the state. Now, that hasn't been released yet. It'll show whether individual students either made 1 year's growth, 2 years growth, 3 years growth over the course of last school year. And they say that's the more accurate measuring stick of whether or not this new reading program actually worked. Live in Sarasota, I'm Adam Cellini. Scott and Haley, back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you. Governor Rick Scott signing a sweeping education bill that school districts and superintendents have been asking him to veto. The bill steers more money to privately run charter schools. Superintendents say it will hurt traditional public schools because some provisions require districts to share local tax dollars with charter schools. The legislation also requires recess in elementary schools and tinkers with the state's often criticized standardized testing system. It also includes $30 million for a program that provides services to disabled children.
Thousands of recent college graduates are now on the job hunt, and history shows that a majority of Suncoast grads will leave the area. According to U.S. Census data, only about 10% of Sarasota residents are between the ages of 18 and 29. Manatee County sits at about 12%. Some business owners feel that over the last 20 years, the Suncoast has made a major change to try and get graduates to stay. They say the Suncoast now offers more opportunities than ever for young professionals. There are some startups forming and other companies are starting to grow, but they feel there is still a long way to go.
A lot of the graduates here are looking to really kind of spread their wings and do some really amazing things. So it's really kind of our job to create a place that not only is great to live, but is also a great place to work.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, we'll take a look into why young professionals are moving away from the Suncoast and what the community can do to convince them to stay.
Well, the winters are pretty good here.
That's one thing, the beach, the scenery, yeah, there are plenty of things, that's for sure.
All right, let's get a check on our weather right now. We're late June now, and we've got afternoon storms.
Right.
Here's Bob with more.
Yeah, earlier this month we had a lot of tropical weather come in from the west, and that really enhanced our rain chances. Now what we have is a lot of the afternoon and evening thunderstorms that we'll see periodically throughout the next several months. With an occasional tropical system, hopefully not too bad, but you can see the general flow has been from the Gulf inland toward the east. And with a little bit more westerly push, that's keeping everything at bay east of I-75 for the most part. Not everything. There are showers that are developing in the Gulf and pushing in a easterly direction. You can see the line, though, extends all the way from Parrish right along I-75 near Lakewood Ranch, southward down toward Venice and near Northport and Port Charlotte. But once in a while, we get a shower popping up in the Gulf, moving quickly off to the east. This particular cell generating just a few lightning strikes right now. So you notice not nearly as intense as storms now, but still raining fairly heavy near Parrish, stretching down near State Road 64 and I-75 near Heritage Harbor, and also some rain falling now near US 41 and I-75 all the way down to Minnesota Beach, getting a brief shower there, and not any lightning with that at this point, but it could generate a few isolated lightning strikes in the next half hour or so. More in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Florida's outgoing chief financial officer says lawmakers need to address an insurance practice that many say is driving up homeowners' rates. Jeff Atwater will leave the state cabinet at the end of the month for a position at Florida Atlantic University. Lawmakers this spring could not agree on changes to the practice known as assignment of benefits. Insurers contend the practice has become riddled with fraud and abuse, especially when it comes to water damage claims in homes. Atwater was careful to say that legitimate claims need to be paid, describing the situation as a balancing act.
The assignment of benefits, for the most part, is a design scam. We never want to harm any individual out there in getting the absolute quick and full coverage they deserve on a claim. But the majority of this right now is costing the honest Floridian tremendous pain.
The issue involves homeowners who need property repairs signing over benefits to contractors who then pursue payments from insurance companies. Insurers argue the process has been abused by some contractors and law firms, spurring litigation and higher costs.
Tonight, 15 nonprofit organizations have some extra money to help people in need on the Suncoast. The executive directors of multiple nonprofits in Sarasota and Manatee counties were invited to Renaissance on 9th in Bradenton. The groups included Big Brothers Big Sisters, Meals on Wheels, Take Stock in Children, and many others. The directors thought they were there for a roundtable discussion, but were pleasantly surprised with a check from Bank of America, $140,000 total in grants.
So it was a wonderful surprise, and the surprise in my envelope will go a long way to feeding hungry people in Sarasota.
The funding in Sarasota and Manatee is part of nearly $43 million in grants that Bank of America is providing across the country to different organizations. Fantastic. A proposal is on the table to turn the premier sports campus at Lakewood Ranch into a county-owned park.
The land management company is offering 150 acres to Manatee County for only the cost of the improvements to that land. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the campus to explain what the exchange would mean for the Lakewood Ranch community. Jess?
Good evening, Haley and Scott. Right now, about 200,000 people visit the Premier Sports Complex each and every year. Representatives from the property management company Schrader Manatee Ranch say that it's been more than anything they could have ever imagined. However, they want this park to be taken to the next level, and they say that can only happen through the help of the county. Manatee County could soon own all 127 acres of the Premier Sports Campus. They'd also acquire an additional 36 acres of property on the north side of campus, all at no cost for the land. The catch? The county would be responsible for the $5.2 million in construction costs of the campus. However, that could potentially be paid through impact fee revenue.
The question is going to be, how do we fund the ongoing operational expenses, and that's really the challenge.
On those 36 acres of land, the current management company and seller, Schroder Manatee Ranch, wants to see an aquatic center and other recreational facilities built there within the next 5 years.
Pool's good to just have more maintenance on the pool and stuff as well, so you have to have that piece of lifeguards and all that. But I think it'd be good for, community-wise, I think it'd be great because there's not much around here for that.
While there's excitement in the Lakewood Ranch community for a new pool, residents also have some other plans in mind, like a pickleball court.
I think that we could really use a public setting for that, because the ones that I've checked into are pretty much private.
Maybe even build a skateboard piece to it as well, so they'd have a skateboard park for kids to get involved.
Tennis courts, basketball courts, the ideas are endless. Whatever the county decides to do with the land, the hope is that this sports complex will be used as both a regional park, but also continue as a tourism generator through soccer tournaments and other events. Manatee County commissioners have come to a consensus that they want to pursue this offer.
It's a very exciting offer, and we have to look into it further to figure out how we can make it happen.
There were some talks that a new high school for Manatee County School District would be built just west of this sports complex. I talked to Mike Barber from the school district today, and he says that that is not in the plans. Live at Premier Sports Park at Lakewood Ranch, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. Some kids on the Suncoast are spending their summer learning how to play ball with the pros. Elementary and middle school students are learning the basics from the Bradenton Marauders players. The summer camp is taking place this week at Lecom Park in Bradenton. The kids get to hit and field and even run the bases with the experts.
We definitely have to bring our A game because they'll call us out if we don't, but we have to bring our A game and really be out here for them and be there with them and show them what it's all about.
I love Marauders baseball camp. I got to meet all the baseball players and play in the big field.
Sounds like you liked it. As far as the Marauders season, Tucker says they're doing well and are chasing a playoff spot.
That has to be the best way to spend part of your summer, especially if you're a young kid who just is the biggest baseball fan, loves to play it, loves to watch it. That's awesome.
And get to run around in that park.
It's such a nice park, yeah.
Today. Still to come on your Suncoast News, bad news for French fries lovers. Those delicious buns may be shortening your lifespan.
How many times a week eating the favorite snack could be putting your health at risk?
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
How your spuds are cooked is key to your health. People who eat fried potatoes, including French fries, chips, and hash browns, 2 or more times a week, double their risk of an early death compared to those who avoid them. That's according to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Eating potatoes that have not been fried did not have the same risk. They're quite healthy, plain and baked. Researchers think this may have to do with the trans fats in the cooking oil, but could also be that many of those who eat a lot of fried potatoes also live an unhealthy lifestyle overall. Red onions may have more cancer-fighting properties than white onions. Both contain potent antioxidants, but when researchers exposed human cancer cells to extracts from 5 different varieties of onions, they found that the red onion extract killed 3 to 4 times as many cells. The findings were published in Food Research International. The study looked specifically at onions grown in Ontario, which have been shown to have higher concentrations of the flavonoid quercetin. That's what you want. That is that antioxidant that really helps kill cancer cells. So I guess we got to, Bob, import all of our red onions from Ontario.
Got it. Got that written down. Okay. I do like red onions. Anna Maria webcam showing some clouds out there, but not a lot of rainfall. Had a brief shower there just about an hour and a half ago. Most of the action today, again, inland as a result of the high pressure, which had been here, has now slipped down a little bit further to the south, and that's getting us more of a west to southwesterly wind component, which favors mainly inland storms in the afternoon and evening, although some of those will try to bounce back toward the coast later on. But you can see the general trend has been for them to develop and then push off to the east, right along I-75 there. There's that brief shower I mentioned near Anna Maria. Also some rain developing just to the west of Venice. These showers are not all that intense, but they are bringing some moderate to heavy rainfall. In fact, so much rain, we have a flood advisory down to our south, mainly. A few brief showers I mentioned west of I-75, one lightning strike there within the last 10 minutes. Some showers along US 41, I-75 into South Sarasota County from Inglewood down to Minnesota Beach. Moderate to heavy rainfall there, and also one cell just developing west of Venice. That's pushing off to the east, and Inglewood getting some rainfall. There's the flood advisory. That's in effect until 6:15 this evening. It does include parts of Port Charlotte extending along I-75. This means that I had some excessive rainfall there over the past couple of hours. On top of that, it could be at some ponding of the roadways there, so driving's tough going in that particular region. Well, the tropics, we're in the tropical and hurricane season right now in June. The favorite area for development in the western Gulf of Mexico, also into the Yucatan Peninsula, just to the east of that, and the western Caribbean, and also into the eastern portion or the western portion of the Atlantic near the Bahamas. Those are favorite areas, and we have a system that may be popping up right there near the Yucatan. You can see the favored projection of storms that develop in the month of June, typically develop in this area and move off toward Florida, the majority of them, or some move off to Texas. Well, there's a good chance we'll see a system developing over the next 5 days. Right now, indications are that it may move in a more north to northeasterly fashion. That will bring us a lot of rainfall there. It could still move off to the west toward Texas. The chances of it developing in the next 5 days is at 50%, which is fairly high. We'll watch it very closely over the weekend. 79 right now, we have some clouds around, and the dew point is at 71. Winds are out of the east-southeast at 13. The high today, a couple degrees shy of the average. That's due to the increased cloud cover and rain. 89 is our normal, 96 the record set in 1991. And no rainfall today, but 5 inches above average so far for the month, and we're 0.38 of an inch below average for the year. Hard to believe. Again, we were over a foot below average just a few weeks ago. Temperatures in some key cities in the low 80s for the most part, mid 80s inland. Laurel Oak at 84, Siesta Key the same now. 80 in Northport with that rain-cooled air. 79 in Port Charlotte with some rain nearby. And as far as that overall wind goes, not all that strong, so the storms aren't going to move all that much, and they will produce some locally heavy rainfall. So these flood advisories we've seen over the past couple of days will be rather prevalent, I think, over the next week, and especially early next week. The winds, again, out of the west-southwest in the afternoon, a little bit more late in the day. Temperatures now cooler over the northern plain states, hotter down south. In Albuquerque, it's 91, 90 in Chicago, so warmer there today in Chicago than it was here. Same in St. Louis and Kansas City, and even into Detroit. Well, for boaters tomorrow, seas running less than 2 feet and a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 84 degrees. And as far as the extended forecast goes, well, here it is. Chance for a few showers this evening. Tomorrow, 40% chances, and that's the same on Saturday. Watching the tropics next week, some heavy rain could be in store. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but I-75 is backed up in the northbound lanes from Bee Ridge Road north to University Parkway. And remember, when there's traffic, a bad crash, something like that on the Suncoast, you can find out about it instantly. All you have to do is download our My Suncoast app. You will get traffic alerts, important news updates, and weather forecasts delivered directly to your phone.
Nike plans to make a big cut to its workforce. The company announcing it will eliminate about 1,400 jobs around the world. That's about 2% of its global workforce. It's unclear where and in what departments Nike is cutting jobs, but the athletics giant says the cuts will take place over the next 2 months.
A minivan recall tonight. Some Fiat Chrysler owners need to have their vehicles checked for a mechanical malfunction. The automaker is recalling roughly 300,000 of its Dodge Grand Caravans. The recall is for 2011 and 2012 model years. Officials say wiring problems within the steering wheel can cause driver's side airbags to inadvertently deploy. More than a dozen incidents have been reported, causing some minor injuries.
Entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
The jury deliberating Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial is having a hard time reaching a verdict.
Today, the jurors told the judge they're deadlocked on charges. The comedian drugged and molested Andrea Constand back in 2004. The panel deliberated for about 30 hours over 4 days before telling the judge they couldn't reach a unanimous verdict on any of the charges. The judge then sent them back to the jury room to keep talking.
Tiger Woods won't face a judge for a DUI charge until August. Today, the presiding judge canceled Woods' original July 5th hearing and reset it for August 5th. Woods was charged with DUI after police in Jupiter found him asleep at the wheel of his Mercedes-Benz on May 29th. Breath tests showed no presence of alcohol, but Woods told officers he had a reaction to several prescription drugs.
Gene Simmons wants you to rock on, but you might have to pay him for it. Simmons, one of the founders of the rock band Kiss, claims claims he invented the rock-on gesture, and now he wants to trademark it. The rocker has filed an application with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office and says he first used the gesture commercially in 1974 during the band's Hotter Than Hell tour.
Soon we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at Whitney Houston's life and career. The documentary Can I Be Me opens tomorrow in the UK. The director says it celebrates what an amazing performer she was, even toward the end of her life, when singing wasn't easy.
I think you love her even more because you see her struggling to hit those notes, and she's so brave.
Chemistry that worked for them.
Showtime will air the documentary Can I Be Me in August.
What a voice.
A legend lost way too soon.
We'll be right back with more news.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.